Hello everyone, welcome back to Audubon, Pennsylvania's Flying High Learning Adventures. Today we're going to discover photography and take a look at the National Audubon Society's 2019 Photo Contest winners. For more than a century, Audubon has protected birds in the places they need. We know that where birds thrive, people prosper. So taking care of birds benefits our communities too. The iconic bird portraits, illustrated by John James Audubon, are much more than an accurate representation of the species he saw during his travels. They are a portal into the natural world. Today's best bird photography has the same effect. We hope these images from the 2019 Audubon Photography Awards will inspire and inform you. Photographers entered our amateur, professional, and youth categories, as well as one new category, plants for birds, which highlights the crucial relationship between birds and the native plants. Also new is the Fisher Prize, which recognizes a creative approach to photographing birds, one that blends originality with technical expertise. 3/4 of the species in these photos are protected by the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, our nation's most important bird conservation law. We are so excited to have you join us on a virtual tour of the photo contest winners for 2019. Let's get started. At sunset, the Dunn Ranch prairie becomes a field of golden grasses, which provided a perfect setting for this male as he perched briefly for a curious glance at my camera. The robotic tone of his song was echoed by dozens of other bobolinks as they flew overhead. I was almost too excited to take the photo, but I secured a burst of photos before he took off, flying far out over the grasses. Traveling through Alaska, I saw horned and tufted puffins from afar, always hoping to get closer. I got my chance at the Sea Life Center. Amid the chaos of native birds swimming, fishing, and zipping past me, I waited for hours for the perfect shot. At last, I spotted the secluded puffin in a moment of stillness, preening its feathers, providing a glimpse into a seemingly private moment. A storm was on the horizon when I arrived at one of my favorite wetlands. The herons immediately grabbed my attention. The male, obviously attempting to entice the female, was doing his stretch display. I loved this mating ritual and decided to spend more time with them. When serious bill duels erupted between the pair, I was fascinated by their intense expressions. The drama was further heightened as, thunder rumbling in the distance, the wind picked up, accentuating their long, flowing plumes. On my 5th trip to Costa Rica, my favorite birding spots produced a few measly sightings. So I drove 6 hours to a reforestation site, which turned out to be well worth the trip. For an hour, I photographed a troop of white-necked Jacobins consuming nectar from heliconias that swayed and bobbed in the forceful wind. I could barely breathe as I snapped. I felt that I, too, was fighting to hang on. The normally elusive purple gallinule comes into the open when fireflag blooms, climbing the plant to feed on its flowers. I spotted this one making its way up the plant mid-morning on an overcast day, eating as it went up. I set up a monopod camera, watching, waiting. When it reached the top, I captured a few of these images as it moved from stem to stem, quickly jumping from side to side, up and down, choosing the best angle, and ultimately getting this photo of the bird mid-snack. Soon after moving to San Diego last year, I noticed a pair of Orioles that frequented the California fan palm in my backyard. When I saw the female gathering palm fibers for a nest, I grabbed my camera. I love this shot. It shows the relationship between two native species and illustrates the natural beauty to be appreciated even in a city. And the radiating palm fronds behind the female give it a sense of radiance to her diligent efforts. On a steep, windy slope of Saunders Island, several breeding colonies of black-browed albatrosses were tending their chicks and squawking at their neighbors to urge them to respect their territories. As I sat watching the birds conducting their daily activities, I started to notice the simple, elegant beauty of the adult's eyes. After several positions looking for a clear view and a good light angle, I took this shot. I had spent the day photographing foxes. I was panning with this kit running with its prey when an unmistakable cry made me look up. I just knew the eagle racing our way was after the fox's rabbit. I expected to have only a split second to capture the theft in one explosive frame. Instead, the eagle snagged the fox and rabbit, carrying both 20 feet off the ground. After about 8 seconds, it dropped the fox, seemingly unharmed, and flew away with its stolen dinner. I spent a number of cold spring mornings photographing the courting display of the greater sage-grouse from behind a blind on the perimeter of the lek. Along with the strutting, I watched for the dominance fights between the males. The two contestants sit side by side until, upon some invisible cue, they suddenly throw blows, hitting each other with their wings. This photo, captured on a hard snowpack, shows the power they exhibit when they are fighting for mates. I visit this park near my home to photograph blackbirds on cold mornings, often aiming to capture the smoke rings that form from their breath as they sing out. On this occasion, I arrived early on a frigid day and heard the cries of blackbirds all around me. This particular bird was very vocal, singing loud and hard. I looked to set it against the dark background of the forest, shooting to the east as the sun rose over the trees, backlighting the vapor. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We hope these photographs have inspired you to look deeper into the natural world all around you. And if you're interested in submitting photos for the 2020 photo competition, please visit audubon.org/photoawards-entry. Thanks again for joining me, everyone. Have a great day.